There was still smoke in the air even today as crews continue dealing with the aftermath of that huge fire last night. Our Chris Whalen was on the scene at 17 Shenango Street.
All you could see over the crest of the buildings was just tons and tons of flames that looked really ominous.
The call came in at approximately 9:30 last night, and shortly after crews arrived on the scene, it turned out the fire at 17 Shenango Street was much worse than anticipated.
They made an initial attempt to get inside, and they made it up to the second floor where they encountered just heavy bodies of fire. At that time, they came back down, and the incident commander, who was on the scene at the time, made the very correct decision to pull everybody out.
The building sits between the old Press building and the Perry building and shares a back end with several other downtown properties. Its positioning had many worried the fire could quickly spread.
It really made you wonder what was going to happen next. The whole scene was chaotic.
Damian Cornwell lives and works on Court Street just around the corner from where the fire broke out, and fire officials echoed his concern at the time of the blaze.
We were fearful that it would get to the Press building and work its way right down to Court Street and who knew beyond.
Chief Thomas says the quick work of his crew as well as other fire departments on the scene is the reason a bigger catastrophe was avoided. They continued putting out hot spots throughout the night and into today. A developer was in the process of remodeling the building for student housing, work which will now have to be completely redone. But Binghamton's mayor says there are more important things to take into consideration.
Biggest thing is nobody was hurt, no loss of life, no injuries, and you know, like I said, it could have been a lot worse.
As for a cause, one is yet to be determined, and Chief Thomas tells me that won't happen for at least a few days after the fire is completely cleaned up. In downtown Binghamton, Chris Whalen, Fox 40 News.